and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mass Effect. In the last few episodes, because I recorded them as a group, we headed off to Eden Prime to collect Prothean Beacon. When we got there, things went a little bit pear-shaped. Yeah, the Spectre that was on board the Normandy with us, Nihilus, he was killed by Saren. The beacon decided it was going to transmit some sort of information to us which we don't understand right now, and yeah, we woke up on the hospital bed. So what we need to do now is we need to go and see Joker to take us into the Citadel. What we'll do on our way is we'll have a chat with a couple of the crew and then head up there. We'll take a look round the Normandy later, so let's get on. We'll also just replenish our Medigel, I think. So we've got Ashley,
Commander,
who's now part of the crew, so we'll have a chat.
I'm glad
there.
you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Yeah, poor lad will be missed.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
Yeah, well, soldiers do die, but yeah, you weren't it.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Yeah, she came in
Thanks,
handy.
Commander. That means a lot from you. I've never met anyone who was awarded the Star of Terra.
Well, I just did my job.
There's nothing special about me, Williams. Anyone would have done the same.
Held off an entire enemy platoon? Alone? With all due respect, Commander, I think you've got somebody watching over you.
Yeah, possibly. So, how are you holding up?
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
Definitely helped.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
Well, we're glad to have you.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Okay, and we've got, yeah, we're going to see Dr. Charquois, I think. Do we have anything in here? We do. So we've got another shotgun, a couple of assault rifles. Nice. We'll sort them out later.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Yeah, sure. I have a personal question for you.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Yeah, well, just end up patching up the injured, pretty much. So, have you got any regrets about joining the Alliance?
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
So, tell me a bit about Captain Anderson.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
Well, that's good. That's good. So, what do you know about Caden?
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What's an L2?
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
Oh, nice. Complications, never good.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Yeah, very lucky. Okay, so I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's.
I should go.
Yeah, we'll
Right,
leave her to her work. We've got Caden over here as well. Let's have a chat with him.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Is that all we're gonna get off you? Okay, fine. So we'll head up and see Joker. As I said, we'll have a look around the Normandy later. Oh, we've got something here. Another codex entry. Alright, Joker, here we go. Take us in.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Yeah, Normandy, she's a right piece of kit. The Citadel, seriously impressive.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so
Nice.
touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower, too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is
Better stay that way.
Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Well, that went well.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Yeah, well, he's definitely a touch on the dangerous
Saren's
side.
a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres.
Oh, marvellous.
Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I
Yeah.
hate politicians.
Just going to say the same, Ashley. Just going to say the same. Right, okay, so let's have a quick look around the office here. See if there's anything we can find. Follow the pulsing arrow on your radar to the Citadel Tower. Well, that can wait for a bit, I think. Okay, we've got a computer console. Let's have a go at sorting this out, shall we? This one's a bit... Oh, sneak through there. Okay, Alliance Patrol Report. Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol of the Argos Ore cluster. She had particular concerns about the hydro system, but was recalled before her team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do we want to send in a recon team? Okay. And I think that adds something to our journal, doesn't it? Yeah, that's this unusual readings. Go to the hydro system in the Argos Ore cluster and investigate. Okay, we can do that in a bit. So we've got our main story separated into missions and then like secondary quests or whatever. Missions, that's the one. Into assignments. Okay, that's fine. What else have we got? We've also got some points to spend, which I'm going to do, because I will forget. Right, let's start with Ashley and Caden and see what they want to do with themselves. So she's just gone into assault training. Okay, so we'll give her that, and then next time I'm going to start going into pistols, I think. So we can get access to the shotgun. Still got a while before we can get into the sniper rifle, so yeah, we'll go with what she's put for now. What about you, Caden? Electronics. Nice, so he's gone into decryption. Yeah, I can put up with that, that's fine. And what are we going to do? That's the thing. Store discount. We might stick another one in and intimidate. And how about we go into... We'll stick another one in Vanguard, I think, just to get the extra biotic protection and damage from the pistol and shotgun. And then, what about assault training? Increases weapon damage by 1%, increases melee damage by 30%. Okay. What I really want to do is get to shotguns as soon as I can, I think, and get it in here. So, I think for now, or we could go towards barrier. Yeah. We'll go in warp. We'll stick one in warp, and that will do us for now. Okay, let's go and take a bit of a look around, I think, and see what we have. What I've got this way.
I understand what you're saying. These allegations are very serious. I can't just... This is serious. My reputation is at stake.
Oh dear.
I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her alone, and she betrayed that confidence.
Oh,
all right.
Oh no.
I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
Yeah, could they actually do anything rash? Okay, oh, we have a spider boy. Spider thing, or praying mantis kind of looking, what's it? Being, thing, creature. Okay, so let's have a look and talk to Din Korlak, shall we?
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, EarthClan?
Well, let's find out, shall we? Why are you so cranky?
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Okay, so that's why you're cranky. That's fine. So let's talk about the embassy then, shall we?
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
Yeah, we know, I've already seen him.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
Okay, he's a right nice guy, this ambassador Din. Okay, tell me a bit about the Volus
I'd
then,
like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, EarthClan.
Yeah, no, I really do want to know.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
Okay, so what about your culture then?
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
Okay then. So, let's talk about you.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Din. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The EarthClan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
So why haven't you got Council admittance then?
Why aren't the Volus or Elcor part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the EarthClans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
Yeah, I think I should go before I turn around and lamp him.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Good day, EarthClan.
So let's have a chat with the Elcor, Kaelin then. I love the way they speak, and they have to explain the feelings first, and then say what they want to say. It's great. It's fascinating.
Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kaelin. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
It sure is. Why do you speak the way you do?
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kaelin? These EarthClan don't really care about our ways.
Shut up, Din.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Okay, can you tell me a bit about the Elcor then?
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Okay, tell me a bit about your history then.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
Well, I don't know about active. I don't think they could move that quick. Okay, what about your culture?
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
Okay, then. So, tell me a bit about yourself, then.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Okay, let's see if there's anything else. No. Okay, so...
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yep, goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
Oh, I will. So, see you later, Kaelin and Zeltan. Let's have a chat with him as well.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
Well, what's the problem?
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
Who's the consort?
Who's this Asari consort?
Curious, you have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel. Everyone knows Sha'ira, the consort. I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Well, that doesn't sound good. Well, whereabouts is she?
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Alright, thank you, Zeltan. Let's go. I think that's also giving us another mission or assignment. We'll not go back in there. Can't go that way. What we'll do is we'll have a look round. We'll not go that way yet. We'll come back and go up there at some point so we can move on a bit.
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
Yeah, I know. I've already been there.
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
Oh, notable. Nice. So let's ask her a bit of a personal question, shall we? What is she doing here?
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Safiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
Well, I take it you're busy then.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
Yeah, I bet it does. Okay. So, what's this place?
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's Avina?
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
Alright. Thanks, Safiria.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Okay, so let's oh, here we go. Avina. Cool. Virtual guides. Lovely. That's gonna turn out well.
Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
Okay, are you real? Of course not.
So are you a person or a program?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
Interstellar importance. Yeah, probably just sit there and have a chat. Okay, tell me about the embassies then.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
So, it's not very long that we've been with the Citadel, in the Citadel and that then. Oh, okay. Right, so why was humanity opposed to getting an embassy?
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
Yeah, so what do you think?
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
So why were the Volus the first?
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Salarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
So they were only granted an embassy?
Why weren't they made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
What? Lesser species? Nah, not having that.
That's pretty damn arrogant.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
Okay, what else have we got? Oh, hell, lords. Right, tell me a bit about CSEC then.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Okay, we'll go and have a chat with them at some point. Okay, tell me a bit about the Spectres as well.
Do you know anything about Spectres?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is hand-picked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
Okay. And tell me a little about the Citadel Council.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Salarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
Yeah, that does sound a little too perfect.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Alright, Avina, thank you very much for your help, and we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and
Goodbye.
thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
I will. Okay, what we'll do is we'll take a short break here, and then in the next episode we will go and investigate the Presidium, I think. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.